Hi, so I have not gone live in a long time. Um, I've been doing a lot of videos and not doing live. And I thought, what the heck, I'll try a live today. Um, Sometimes it's just easier to do the video. Sometimes the lives are easier because you just get on and do them, but the videos are nice because you can make mistakes and then fix them. So, anyway, I'm here. And what I want to talk about today is the myth of the perfect position. And I had a talk at a barn this past weekend, and we got into that. I mean, about the idea of everyone being so caught up in working on the position and perfecting it, and wanting to please their trainer, and the trainer wanting to please their client by offering them more things to do, and people feeling like they're in a lesson, they don't have time to think about it, they just have to do it, and all of those things. And one thing I suggested to them was, to the trainers in the talk, and then to the students, to ask for permission to ask questions, to think, to slow down, and for the trainers to give that permission, and to slow down, not giving so much information so you have time to think about stuff. And the idea with the going along into the idea of the perfect position, then you don't just think about changing something in your position just to change it as a function of your position, without the purpose of why you're changing it. Why am I moving my leg to this place? Oh, if I have time to think about it, I can move my leg and see how it affects my horse. Because the position is not about you looking good, or like, oh, that's why the position was developed, so riders look good on a horse. No, riders look good on a horse when they have the position that's balanced, that supports the horse, and thus the position looks good. And certainly you can tweak it a little and fine tune things, but ultimately, the position is for security, but it's for in connection, but it's for that connection on the horse. It's for using your body to listen to the horse. Your body is part of the communication process. The horse's body is the other half. And it's the idea of communicating back and forth with your horse. And if you're so focused on your position and that myth of it being perfect, you're going to get into your head about your position and lock up your position, thus causing your horse to get tense or shut down, um, causing you to get in your head so much that you're not hearing what the horse is telling you. And so that line of communication disappears, and therefore the connection disappears. And you will be doing this with all sorts of good intention, and your instructor will be teaching you all of these things about your position with all sorts of good intention, because they feel they need to give you a lot of information and work on all this stuff, and you feel you need to perfect this stuff and learn it and fix your position and all that. And then that understanding of how it's supposed to help your horse just disappears. So it's really important to slow down when you're teaching about position, and to slow down when you're learning about position, and really understand, oh, I'm being told that this part of my position needs to change. Well, why, and how is that going to help me communicate better with my horse and support my horse in achieving together as a team what you'd like to achieve? So thinking of, as an instructor, I'm telling my rider, to do this with their position. And you can even ask them, so what do you think this is going to do for your horse? How do you think this is going to affect the ride? What do you think its purpose is? And I even talked about the fact that I will ask riders to go out and say, and I'll ask them, ride your horse down the quarter line and see if it's crooked. And then if it is, then I'll say, okay, tell me how it's crooked. And they'll tell me. And then I'll say, now ride down the quarter line and correct it with the tools you have already. And they usually will be able to correct it. And then I have to ask them, well, how did you do that? And they may have to dig in to think a little bit, but then they start realizing, connecting how their aids actually help the horse and not just using some aid because they were told to do it. But and actually too, that they have the tools already and they just need to apply them. They're so used to collecting tools, and that's so easy as riders and so easy as trainers for us to give tool after tool after tool without actually honing them and learning to develop them. So if instead you think, well, what's the purpose of this tool? Why is my position, why am I being required to change my position in this way? How is it going to support my horse? And that's how that field develops, and that connection develops, because you're listening to your horse, you're using your position to support them. So it creates a great partnership and that dance that everyone wants, right, between rider and horse. So give it a try. Think about when you're riding, why am I doing this? Not just do it and not just do this and the next thing and the next thing, but why am I doing this? Oh, now I understand. I see its purpose. I see how it works. I see how I can change it a little bit to make it even better. And then you develop that feel. That's how the feel develops, because you're actually connecting it happening to a change in the horse instead of just fixing something just to fix it. So give it a try. If you're having any struggles with it, reach out to me and at lisa@mindfulequestrian.com. And if you have a simple question, I can answer it. If you want to go deeper, I do coaching, and we can maybe look into starting a coaching relationship. Have a wonderful day.